Good morning. So, previously I spoke about insulin and insulin resistance and its role in storing excess energy in our body, and eventually that turns into fats and we start gaining weight. So what do we do about that? That's the main question. How do we start then going about and start losing weight? So, uh, one thing I always see is that people who are trying to lose weight, they always say that we are eating healthier and we're going to the gym, we're doing exercises, but we're still not losing weight. And part of the reason is that yes, you can eat healthier, you can do gym, and you can burn off as much as you can, but you can probably maintain your weight at that point. Means that you're not gaining weight, but you're not losing either. So, and that's because that stored energy that in form of fats is still there. All we're doing is that we're trying to maintain and we're not trying to gain further weight. So what we need to do from now on is to somehow move our body into a state where we could tap into our existing energy that in form of fats that are stored in our body. So if we can somehow take our body into that state and let the body burn our existing fat and let the body run on that uh, fuel rather than taking in our more glucose and running off of that, then we start losing weight, and we start losing weight quite fast. And for that state we called ketosis. So ketosis is a metabolic state that our body goes into where it our body start using fats as a fuel rather than using glucose, or in other words blood sugar, for fuel. And if our body goes into ketosis mode, then then we tap into our those those storages, that those fat storages, and that's how our body starts shedding a lot of weight. So this is the key thing in terms of losing weight, is you can't just eat healthier and go to gym and burn off as much as you can and think that you're going to start losing weight. You might lose weight in the beginning, but then you'll hit plateau, because you can do so much in the gym. I mean, just example is that one slice of pizza, to burn that off, you probably need to literally run on treadmill for an hour, or do a lot of weightlifting to burn that much calories off by just doing exercises. Whereas if we move our body into ketosis mode, then body is just burning off energy, or using fats as an energy source instead of relying on blood sugar. And this is what we need to do, and that's a very key factor in losing weight and keeping it off in the long run. So you can also Google ketosis and what is ketosis state. But basically, what our body goes into ketosis only if body realizes that there is not enough uh, glucose as a source of energy, and from there on body realizes that okay, then we have fats as in our body that we could use, and that source started to help our body to do daily activities. So now the question comes is, how do we take our body into ketosis? So as I already mentioned, that the lack of glucose, lack of blood sugar. So and one of the major factor of not having enough sugar in our blood is by having a diet that does not increase our blood sugar to begin with. And those are usually the low carb diets that we could go on and move our body from glucose to ketosis. So there are also a few diets out there. One of the famous one is keto diet. That's what they do, is they put you on extremely low carb diet, and then put your body into ketosis to lose weight. But Unfortunately, there are mixed results on keto diet as well, because it's not easy to just cut off all the carbs, because we still need carbs. So in my approach, and then people I follow, is that you don't go to extreme length to put your body into ketosis. All you need is to put your body into a mild ketosis, still have healthy carbohydrates, and then you gradually lose weight. So that's one of the way of taking your body into ketosis. And the second thing is also very important, is that it's not just the just eating, cutting off on the carbohydrates, but it also, you have to drop your level of inputs, like your calorie input, so much so that body realizes that it is not enough energy coming through food, so it has to tap into the existing energy. And the second thing is also that our body, it does have a self mechanism to operate the way it does, is that the body still prefers glucose over ketosis. So what you need to do is to make sure that your body goes into that state, is that you have to give longer intervals in your diet, in your food intake. So very easy to explain is this way, is that within first, for example, if you have eaten some food, within the first 5 to 6 hours, our body depends on glucose. But past 6 to 8 hours, then body is starting to go into the next stage. If it doesn't see that there's more food coming, there's not enough glucose available for energy, then it goes into the second stage, and tapping into our temporary storage, which I mentioned previously, called glycogen. And from there, it taps onto glycogen. But then after about past 12 hours mark, if we still don't give enough glucose to our body, then our body goes into the fat storages. And that's where then the losing weight process begins, because that's where body uses fats as energy source than the glucose. So just I would repeat that if we give enough break of food intake, anywhere between 12 to 14 hours, and that's the period where body will go into our existing storage and use that as an energy source. So this is a very key thing in losing weight. Once we do that, we can also find out if there's another way of finding out if our body is in ketosis and ketosis mode or not. There are some keto strips that you can buy online. They're like $10 for 100 sticks. They're available on Amazon. I will put a link in the description as well. And those sticks, urinal sticks, and then they can tell you that if your body is in ketosis mode or not. Or another way of finding out is also that if you go for 12 to 14 hours, for within first 4 or 5 days, you will notice that you can smell your breath is not as pleasant as it would be, and that also indication that your body is going into a mild ketosis. So that was all I wanted to talk to you about today, is that we got insulin resistance that stores our energy and converts that into fats. Now that we need to use that existing energy in form of fats to lose weight, and the only way we're doing it is by moving our body into ketosis state, and that's a metabolic state where body uses fats instead of using glucose. And that is a very key thing in losing weight quick, and also for a longer time. So I will end this video here today, but I will in the next video I will more talk about foods and what kind of food and a time frame, like when should we eat, and I'll talk more about giving breaks in between the meals, and that'll be it. Thank you.